taking it back to the basketball realm, what would you advise a player, a player who's maybe in high school right now or junior high, grade 7, 8, going into high school, and they got the love for the game, the love is there for the game. What would you tell them, Kate? Is it weightlifting? Is it shooting every day? Is it, working out your handles 3 hours a day? Is it running? How would you direct it?
In that block get dizzy, man get popped, no busy, man get splashed from the Draco, wet man call that drizzy.
Man, the first thing that I would tell a kid is step back and take the holistic kind of way into taking care of your body. That's the most important thing. So with ASDC, the Alberta Sport and Development Center, I train kids from 8 all the way to 21. And it's holistic because we teach the kids to know their bodies. It's not about just lifting weights and doing this. It's about mobility. It's about flexibility, pliability. Those 3 things are important to the growth of an athlete, especially a young athlete. And so we train our kids on that level, especially the young ones. There's no weights in their hands. Are weights important? Absolutely, weights are definitely important down the road. But they have bands. They're using their body weight, right? They're getting hip flexibility, getting shoulder flexibility, thoracic spine. Like, they're doing all these great things. And all we're doing is equipping them, hopefully, to have a strong body and a strong mind.
Right.
That's what we're equipping them to do, right? Because injuries, as you know, is huge. And if you're not training your body right, if you're not being told what to do,
right,
you're going to get injuries. And then, as you know, if you get one serious injury as you're 14, 15, 16, that's going to tag along, right?
Yep.
You're never going to get rid of it. So for us, the holistic way is to step back, and we're looking at the mobility, flexibility, pliability.
Nice. I know Tom Brady talks a lot about that type of, like, the flexibility, mobility type of training. And you can see what it's done for his career. He's playing well into his 40s and stuff like that, right? So that's amazing. So can any kid in Fort McMurray come and train with you guys, or does it have to be through their school? Or
yeah, well, AHCC, it's a provincially and federally funded program.
Okay.
So there's 7 of them across all Alberta. So there has to be some criteria to enter our program. As an individual to enter our AEP, with the Athletic Enhancement Program, you have to be provincially ranked within your given sport, nationally ranked within your given sport, right? Okay. You have to have an interview, you have to have references. So it's pretty big to get into our program, right? But again, we're giving a kids another opportunity to grow and develop and to do something, that if we weren't giving them an opportunity, maybe they wouldn't have got where they got, right? And I'm hoping that we can push these kids, and it's the love of sport, right? It's a love of sport.
Right. No, that's awesome, man. I always thought like, or of the mindset, like, what Canada's missing is exactly what you're offering there. Like, the athletes that come up, sometimes they are behind the 8 ball from a lack of knowledge. You know what I mean? A lack of, like, proper teaching, coaching, et cetera, right? How to train. Whereas in the States and other places, they have access to this information readily, because sports is more of taken more serious, so to speak, right? Yeah. So no, that's awesome. Let's talk about a big game. Like, I've come to a few playoff games. You look cool as a cucumber, man, out there. And I've talked to you before a few games. You're cool as a cucumber, before some big games. You're like, yep, we're gonna win or we're gonna lose. Like, you're just straight, like, no nerves, no nothing. For me, and the reason why I'm bringing this up, because in my playing days, I wish I had someone, a coach, and no disrespect to my coach Barry Smith, but a coach to help me navigate the mental part of the game, right? Mental preparation, not to let your nerves get to you too much, right? Just go out there and work hard and let the chips fall where they may, right? Don't get too down on a bad play. But I want to know, what is your mental preparation or mindset state before a big game?
Yeah, it's really just one of calmness. You know what I mean? Like I definitely I need to take at least 5 to 10 minutes just by myself. You know,
Mm,
whether I'm listening to some slow jams, where I'm listening
mm.
to some opera or classical music. The classical music is something that I got when I was a player. Um, I used to be too hype when I was a player, man. I was crazy, man, and I used to do some crazy stuff before games, and so I needed to step back and ground myself. So, man, it must have been like a night before one of our biggest games in my first year. And we were heading up provincials, and I saw the three tenors, and something about the three tenors,
Love those guys.
and the way they connected not only with each other, but how the music connected with me, just held me, right. And so that became my routine. Every
Yeah.
game I made sure I was by myself, and I just went through whatever song that was spinning in my Discman back in the day. um, uh, so yeah, and I bring that into coaching as well, right. Is
Right.
that just to calm your mind, right. And I'm not really thinking about the game, I'm just really just calming my mind and navigating through some disruptions that I may have, whether I'm thinking about this, thinking about that. You know what I mean? I'm just making sure that I have a clear pathway, right?
Mm.
So that helps me, make, hopefully good coaching decisions during the game.
Just a shout out to the three tenors, man. What is his name? I think it's Luciano
This is the
Pavarotti.
Pavarotti, yeah?
That's my guy, man.
Yeah,
That's
man.
my guy, man.
Pascal Domingo, man.
Yeah,
Yeah.
right. So just to take it a step further, because I like to dig deep. I'm a big mental guy. Like I want to know, because I know how I felt during big games and stuff like that. I want to know what people are thinking, and I want to know what you're thinking from a coaching level. You got a big game. It's a team that wiped you guys during the regular season. Say it's it's the number one team in during the regular season, and you guys are playing them playoff game. I'm just giving you a hypothetical.
Yep.
Does the thought cross your mind the night before, we can't beat these guys? There's no way we can beat these guys.
Nope.
Never.
I've never thought that. I've never thought that. And again, it just, I grew up in Fort McMurray, man. We were always the underdog. Everyone always thought we were going to lose, right? So I've always went into, if you prepare and you do the right things, you have a chance. And you always have a chance, and the funny that you would say that. You talked about when we're at home and we played Olds in the final. Everybody thought we were going to get blown out, because they did blow us out at Christmas. I think they blew us up by like 20 or 30.
Right.
But that was fine. And the funny thing about that game, when they blew us out, I had no emotional attachment to it. The girls were like, oh my God, no emotional. I just went in, I'm like, hey, let's go for milkshakes. And we went for milkshakes, for real. We went to the Spaghetti Factory and we bought milkshakes and we just chilled. And so for that game, we were already ready, because I didn't let them stew in the loss.
Right.
We just moved on.
Wow.
And when it was time to play, the girls were ready. And I said to them, we just need to take care of the things that we need to take care of, right? And we lost by 3. Should we have won the game? Yeah, I think, there was, if luck was on our side, we would have done some things, and, it would have been a different story. But it wasn't. They were the better team. And that's, and I'm okay with that. But I never go into a game thinking, oh man, we're going to lose.
Right. Wow. And you're 100% right. Like the term in football, any given Sunday, right? Like
Absolutely.
Any given day you can win, right? And that reminds me of a story when I was at St. Lawrence College. We were at the Humber tournament in Toronto, and Humber washed us Friday. Right. So you got your first game Friday, and then the next day it's like, this is like, if you lose again, you're out. Right. Yeah. And they blew us out, and I'm a rookie. So there's a blowout, and I'm getting time now. Okay, go in there, rookie. Yeah, it's a blowout. You get a little time. Yeah. And I remember playing, and I remember playing, and we did well, and then it's Saturday, and we're playing them again. And in my mind, I'm like, man, there's no way we're gonna beat these guys. These guys killed us on Friday. There's no way we're beating these guys. You know what I mean? But luckily, the vets on the team, they had a different mindset. You know what I mean? They knew something different than I did as the rookie, right? And they can't. We ended up winning that tournament, beating Humber and winning that tournament, right? So that's the dynamic that I always like to delve into with coaches and players, like the mindset of like, you know, how do you deal with loss?
Spin that block, get dizzy. Man get popped, no fizzy. Man get splashed from the Draco. Wet man call that drizzy.